So I almost can't believe it, my boys, but yes, episode 60. We are now at episode 60. I know that we are getting near the end of the 2K24 cycle, but it's just so exciting for me to make it through an entire cycle with you guys because, as many of you know, that has never happened on this channel. This is only, now the third time that I've actually done, that I've actually even been around for an entire 2K cycle. And, this is, like I said, the first time we're getting through an entire cycle. As you guys can see, though, this is a recap of what has happened in the 2028 offseason as we head into the 2028-29 season. Now, this is for those of you that weren't around or weren't able to make it for some of the live streams or all of the live streams. I'll give you guys a quick recap of what happened in the postseason. So, first things first, we came up against a very, very hungry young Indiana Pacers team. And for those of you guys that have been around for a while, you guys know they always play very, very hard against us. And this series was no different. Despite the fact that we ended up getting the sweep in this series, 4-0 does not begin to tell the story. Every single solitary game that we played against them was a dogfight. And, guys like Halliburton and Topic and some of their youngsters, they all stepped up, man. They all came to play in this series. Tyran Stokes, Hendricks Rose, big shout out to those guys. Then it came to quite possibly the most stressful series of my entire YouTube career, the Orlando Magic series. So, Eastern Conference semifinals, my boys. We went up against Orlando. First few games, everything was on the up and up. I mean, we just seemed like we were unstoppable. We went up 3-1 against this team. Jaden Hardy was breaking records. He ended up breaking Michael Jordan's playoff points in a game record of 63. Hardy broke that and had 65 points, my boys. 65. Amazing feat that he accomplished in that series. But then it all went downhill because Wayne Carmichael went down with a hip injury that later ended up being a hip and a wrist injury, but we'll get to that later. But like I said, he went down with a hip injury. They came back. They won games 5 and 6 to force a game 7. And let me just tell you guys right now, I was down in the dirt, man. I didn't know what to do after losing game 6. I was so frustrated with myself. I tried out a different defensive scheme and it did not work. Okay, it did not work. But shout out to everybody that was there in the stream to pick me up, give me confidence, and tell me, hey, look, come back for game 7, be ready. We got faith in you, man. We have confidence that you will do this. And that just boosted me up. Like you guys always do. I always say it. I know I sound like a broken record. You guys are literally the greatest of all time. You guys are the GOATs, the real MVPs. We came into game 7 and we took care of business, my boys, okay? We destroyed them, winning game 7, sending us to the Eastern Conference Finals where we would go up against the defending NBA champion Cleveland Cavaliers. And we took the first 2 games. We took the first 2 games in Cleveland, mind you. We were going up against the 1 seed. We were the 2 seed. So they had home court advantage. We took the first 2 games and things were looking very, very good for us. But then they came back, with a vengeance, man. They refused to go away that easy. And they ended up winning 4 straight games against us. We tried our best to push it to a game 7, give ourselves a chance at, in Cleveland, but it just wasn't meant to be. They would go on to play the Oklahoma City Thunder in the NBA Finals, and they would lose. The Oklahoma City Thunder would be crowned the champions of the NBA for the 2027-28 season, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander would be your finals MVP. So that would end up catapulting us straight into this offseason, my boys, the 2028 offseason. Obviously, we had huge hopes of being able to play more basketball in the postseason, going to the NBA Finals, being on the biggest stage of all. It just wasn't meant to be this year, but our time will come. I really do feel that. Despite the fact that we've got settings that make things very difficult on us, I feel like our time will come. That brings us to where we're at right here. As you can see, we got into the player retirements. Let's go over this really quick. As you can see, this is absolutely not true. LeBron, this is not right. LeBron was already retired. Am I correct about that, or am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. I could have swore LeBron had retired last season, but I guess I'm wrong on that. But as you can see, these are the player retirements right here. I'll just go down the list real quick. As you can see, Kevin Durant retiring, Draymond Green, Derrick Rose, Tim Hardaway, CJ McCollum, Jay Crowder. A lot of these guys after very illustrious careers. Paul George, Jimmy Butler, Russell Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan, Brook Lopez, Chris Paul. Just to name a few of the bigger names on the list. Then, of course, yeah, I hope it doesn't keep doing that. I think it's gonna. There was some coaches that retired, but you know, I'll kind of get into that later. The GMs already know about that. Hall of Fame inductees, of course. Yeah, see, as you can see, I don't know why LeBron was on the list, because he retired last season. So that was a glitch, I guess, of some sort. But as you can see, Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler, Paul George, and DeMar DeRozan, obviously all first ballot Hall of Famers. Some may argue Draymond Green. I would probably argue. I don't like the guy, but I would argue he's borderline Hall of Fame. He'll probably get it at some point, I would think. But he's not on this list. These guys, however, very, very deserving of that distinction. Then the jersey retirements. You did have Middleton, Butler, Draymond did get his jersey retired, which is very well deserved. And then Kevin Durant with OKC, which I think he'll get it retired with the Warriors as well, I would think at least. But Middleton and Butler as well. Middleton obviously part of that Milwaukee Bucks championship ring. So, yeah, he deserves that, I would say. Then, going to the league meetings. Obviously, what we did in the league meetings was we added the $15 million stimulus to every team because it seemed like teams were just, they were so much in the red that we had to try to bring things up, boost them a little bit. So this was the CodenameSteev stimulus package for the NBA, as you can see. And then we also added 2 new expansion teams that, as you can see on the screen right here, the St. Louis Force and the Tampa Bay Tropics. Shout out to my boy Coach T and my boy PJ, 2 of the members of the channel who are GMs for those teams. The realignment, there wasn't a whole lot going on there. And then the draft lottery. As you guys can see here, a full breakdown of the lottery. The Kansas City Deceivers would end up winning what would ultimately be the Demetrius Outlaw sweepstakes. We, the Badgers, ended up getting the number 18 pick that we had from the Chicago Bulls. Staff signing, we kind of went through that with the GMs and gave them the opportunity to pick their teams. But I will tell you guys right now, from the short that I posted, who the coaches, the new coaches in the league decided to sign with. So, Portland Trailblazers have now signed Charles Lee as their head coach. They have signed him to a 4-year contract. The Charlotte Hornets have signed Dan Hurley to a 4-year deal. The Cincinnati Kings has signed J.J. Redick to a 4-year contract to be the head coach. And then last, but certainly not least, the Bronx Wolves have signed Mark Jackson to be their next head coach on a 4-year contract. Again, like I said, I put everybody who was interested in, which coach they were interested in. I put it all on a wheel, and I made it randomized that way just to make it fair for everybody so that we didn't have a bidding war going on, of course. So, but fear not, anybody who still needs a coach or still wants a coach, obviously, I'm going to add some more of the coaches. There are at least 3 or 4 coaches that I want to add that are in the league in real life that should be in the game with us. So I'm going to give you guys an opportunity before the regular season starts to offer those coaches as well. Like I said, 3 or 4 more on the way, and I believe there's about 3 or 4 more teams that want a coach. So that brings us to a recap of the NBA draft, my boys. And let me just tell you, this one was so exciting. I don't think there was any question who was going number 1 overall. Demetrius Outlaw from the Codename Cup. Everybody in this draft, obviously, from that Codename Cup. And it was such a great season and a great tournament. So here's an entire recap of that 2028 NBA draft. Number 1 overall pick, heading to Kansas City, and damn, doesn't he look good in those Deceivers uniforms. Omar Benheim in the new Wolves jerseys. They're going to do it, aren't they? They took Paul Osaruyi. Okay, so that makes sense. Curtis Stevenson going to the Bucks. What a pickup. So many people asked about Curtis Stevenson in this draft.
The 5th pick in the 2028 draft, the Kings will select Anakin Frazier.
Anakin Frazier, point guard. The point guard, the boy Anakin Frazier. Bro, this dude is an absolute problem. DJ Kelly, and look at him in those brand new Tropics uniforms, my boys. You got to admit, those look pretty damn good. But this right here might be, in fact, I think he is my favorite player in this draft. Baba Oladotun, just an absolute stud. Shannon O'Corn going to the Brooklyn Nets out of Ireland with the red hair and all. You gotta love it, my boys. Django. And, man, those jerseys get better. They look better every time I see them, man.
Steve, give me Kavion Bryant.
Kavion Bryant. Kavion Bryant from the Soul Storm is going to the Las Vegas Risk. Lincoln Cosby, welcome to the Louisville Badgers, my boy. Reese Ricciardo, welcome to the Brooklyn Nets. And, bro, anybody that saw this guy in the CNC knows how much of a dog he really is. Goes 13th overall. KJ Bailey, obviously related to Ace, with the 14th pick in the 2028 NBA Draft. The Dallas Mavericks have selected Drayer Vetsnan with the 15th pick in the 2028 NBA Draft, wearing Dwight Howard's old number. 16th pick in the 2028 NBA Draft. The Hornets take Dwayne Starr with the 17th pick. Look how good he looks, bro. With the 18th pick in the 2028 NBA Draft, Keita Sutherland, Solomon Noah. Love this pick. To the Utah Jazz. What a pickup here, bro. Durko with the 21st pick in the 2028 Draft. The Golden State Warriors select the shooting guard, Gary Kang. They take Isaiah Sanchez. They opt to go best available. The 23rd pick in the 2028 NBA Draft. The Miami Heat select Coy De La Cruz, Hussein Badair, heading to the Utah Jazz. They take Jokic. Whose player is this? Cincinnati Kings select Kobe Scratchcan. They take Evan O'Reilly. I know who you're taking. Frigga McJigga. Rome Idris. Sir. Sir Maurice.
Isaiah
Hayes has somehow dropped. They take Marte Barnes. Finn McCool, 6'6", and damn, doesn't he look good in those Utah Jazz jerseys, boys. Cameron Barnes. Jacquees Labrador. So that concludes the 2028 first round. So obviously the next step in the offseason was the free agency. I got all of the GMs together, or all of the ones that I could get together in the Discord, and we made this happen in the Discord live. That way they could, make their signings. They could offer who they wanted to offer. But here is how the cookie crumbled. As you can see, I'll go down the list here, and I'll just kind of call out the important ones. One of the later signings here, the Raptors signing Damian Lillard to a one-year deal worth $34 million. Don't know what they're expecting to get out of him there, because they are in a rebuild, so that is very, very odd to me. But sometimes 2K, sometimes it be like that. Maybe to mentor some of these guys, while he's on his way out. That would be my guess, at least. As you can see, Prosper Hale back to the Knicks. 76ers re-signing Dean Bean. A.J. Johnson back to the Bulls. Let's just go down the list here and, get to some of the more important ones. Donovan Clingan ended up re-signing with the Oklahoma City Thunder on a really, really good deal. Let's see. And what he did last year in the playoffs, you guys know. The Bulls actually signed Zay Carter. Warriors re-signed VJ Edgecombe to a 3-year deal, which is a very friendly contract for a young guy like him. Kwame Evans signing back with the Warriors is also a big one. A man that scored 20-plus points per season for them last year. The Thunder re-signing Taylor Hendricks. And then the Nuggets re-signing Cody Williams is also pretty big. Magic getting Jalen Smith. The Wizards re-signing Alex Sarr to a big deal. Clippers getting John Collins. What else do we have here? I know there were some big ones. The Nuggets ended up getting Denny Avdia, my boys. That was obviously a big one. The Grizzlies signing Nick Baker. But yeah, we didn't have any money left. We had zero money left. All we were able to offer, you'll see in a second who we ended up getting, on a pretty cheap deal as a mentor and as a guy who can help us out, hopefully, in the future here, or at least for this season. But the Knicks signing Liam McNeely was huge. The Miami Heat were so low on cap space, they were not able to get him back. The Sixers got Peyton Pritchard. Let's see what else we got here. Donald Trump to the Jazz. It's like a tongue twister. Nurkic to the Force as well as Omax. We signed Johnny Furphy to a 2-year deal. Very friendly 2-year deal. A guy who was coming off the bench and not getting many minutes where he was before, which I believe was in Toronto, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, he wasn't even really getting that many minutes. The Wolves got Dylan Brooks. He got Tari Eason. Let's see what the Knicks also got. Garway Dual, which many of you know, he has been fantastic in this universe. Pelicans getting back Justin Edwards. Celtics getting Derek Jones Jr. There was a lot here. The Risk ended up signing Jaden McDaniels, which was a cool pickup. Some re-signings here. We ended up getting Stefan Castle back. As you can see, had to throw the bag to him, but it was worth it. The Trailblazers get Ming O'Neal. Huge signing for them. Mavericks getting Judah Mintz back. Pacers getting Topic back. A lot of these are just re-signings. Malik Beasley to the Hawks. Kennard to the Celtics. Watford back to the Risk. Josh Okogie to the Hawks. Let's go to some of the big. Bub Carrington went to the Hornets, which was really, really cool. So here was the big one for our offseason. As you can see, we ended up signing Klay Thompson to a 1-year, $7.7 million deal. To me, this is a no-brainer. When I saw him there, I know obviously he's regressing. He's 38 years old, and I'm only going to get one good year out of him, but he is going to come off of our bench, and he is going to be a mentor for some of our younger guys. I will show you guys the mentorships in the next episode and give you guys that are GMs an opportunity to set your own mentorships. But again, this is a perfect guy to have in the locker room. Championship DNA. He could be like a second assistant coach type of deal as well. I just thought that this was an absolute no-brainer. He didn't want to be in Golden State anymore. It was better late than never for him, I guess, though, right? So we bring him in to Louisville. Hopefully, maybe can get him a chance at a ring this year. One last time, one last hurrah for your boy Klay Thompson. And he's got a shooter next to him. He's got Jaden Hardy, who is looking like a Steph Jr. out there lately for anybody that saw the playoffs. But as you can see, Garuba to the Rockets. What else we got here? Tristan DeRoca to the Kings. This dude was a hot commodity in the offseason. Everybody wanted him. He ends up going to the Cincinnati Kings. As you can see, Darius Garland went to the Raptors and Jacoby Walter to the Tampa Bay Tropics. Somehow the Magic were not able to afford him. The Risk getting Sohan back. The Bucks getting Edey back. Supersonics getting Khalil Ware back. Jared McCain back to the Trailblazers. A lot of these, again, re-signings. Let's see if there was any new stuff here. Oh, this was huge. Devin Booker got by far the biggest contract of this offseason. 5 years, $322.92 million. Ridiculous. Huge contract. The Wolves ended up bringing Karl Anthony Towns back on what equated to almost a similar deal. If you look at the money, 4 years, $272 is crazy. Buzelis back to the Rockets. The Deceivers get BJ Bailey. And then we ended up getting Ron Holland back. So that was huge. That was priority number one for us, was Holland. And then, of course, right under that was getting Stefan Castle back on this team, if possible. And it was possible because of the sign and trade with Grady Dick. So speaking of those trades, as you can see, here are some of them. A sign and trade. Almanza going from the Hornets to the Tropics for Blackburn and a second-round pick. The Hawks sending Jaden Ivey and DeAndre Ayton out the door to the Celtics for Bradley Beal, Gobert, and a 31 first-rounder. Obviously, a bit of a salary dump. I don't know which team dumped more salary, but I know the Celtics were really trying to get Beal and Gobert out of there. As you can see here, Kofi Holden to the Jazz. That was kind of like, just one of those like background type moves. Here you go. This was the 3-team deal that happened on draft night. We sent Grady Dick and our number 18 overall to the Force. The Force sent their number 5 overall to the Kings, and then the Kings sent their number 11 overall and Melvin Aginta to us. So we ended up getting Melvin Aginta as well. As you can see, Boca Kane for AJ McNeil between the Tropics and the Warriors. Giddey and Michael Porter Jr. went from the Supersonics to the Celtics. It's not showing that whole trade for some odd reason, but the Giddey and Michael Porter Jr. ended up going to the Celtics, and the Supersonics got a lot back. I just don't remember exactly. They got Devin Vassell back, and they got one other player and a pick. I just don't remember exactly what it was, but I will double check that for you guys. This was a good trade right here. Lakers ended up getting Anfernee Simons and a 28 and 29 pick for a 28 first rounder. And I don't remember exactly where that first rounder was, but you guys saw the draft earlier. That was exactly, that's where they ended up picking. Keegan Murray ends up getting traded again. He's been a bit of a journeyman from the Mavericks to the Suns for the first round pick that they had, which was, I believe, number 14 overall, and they ended up getting a 28 second round pick out of the deal as well. The Hornets moving Herb Jones, Leon Malik, and a couple of picks for Sasser and some picks. And then, here we go. There was some picks moving around here. I traded Marcus Smart on a sign and trade on a vet minimum deal to the Pacers for the first overall pick in the second round via the Atlanta Hawks. So that was a good trade as well. But, those I will show the rosters so that you guys can see where everybody is at the end of the video. So that was essentially the draft and the free agency period. I have now made it up to player progression. I did go through the player progression and look at it, but I wanted to show you guys all of the progressions as well. So what I'll do is I'll show all of them at the end of the video, but I wanted to show you guys at the very least the Badgers progressions right here, right now. As you guys can see, man, finally, they're putting some respect on this man's name. Jaden Hardy, a 93 overall, and you love to see it, man. It's well-deserved. I mean, he should be at least that, in my opinion. Ron Holland at a 90. He kind of just hovered right at 90 and stayed there. His three-pointer went up a little bit. His athleticism went down a little bit. So, anyway, Wayne Carmichael, because of the injuries, I think that may have hindered a little bit of his development, but he still did go up in his perimeter defense, playmaking, and IQ. We saw his playmaking ability on full display all throughout last season, passing out of the post when he gets doubled or whatever it may be, finding the open man all the time. He is so good at that. Stephon Castle going up 1 overall. Ace going up 2 overall. Koba going up 1 overall. Keontae George ended up going down a little bit, which is very, very weird to me. He played really well off the bench for us, and he's only 24 years old, so why he went down, I'm not sure. His defense got better, but his inside scoring went down a little bit, so I'm not really sure why 2 overall, but I guess it is what it is. I don't know what changed that much. Caleb Gaskins going up 1 overall. Ajinça going down 1 overall is probably expected because I don't think he played much with the Hornets last season. No, I'm sorry, the Kings. My apologies. He was with the Kings. And then here was our draft pick. Obviously, Lincoln Cosby. No change there because he is a rookie. But, man, I really have high hopes for this guy. It says he's a 74, which is odd because, as you can see in the top left, he's actually a 73 overall. And when I drafted him, it said he was a 73. So, yeah, no changes in his stats, obviously. But, again, 2K is 2K. So, I just go based off of the overall that's up in the top left there. And based off of that as well, oh, no, wait, I thought Hardy was a 94. But no such luck there. I could have swore he was, but I guess not. Klay Thompson, he's a 74, 73, whatever it might be, But as you can see, a lot of his stats went down, but his three-point ended up going up a little bit, which is, bro, I'll take that all day long. I mean, a guy can still sit out there and spot up and shoot, and that's all we need him to do. Be a mentor, be a veteran on this team, be a good locker room guy, which we know he is all of those things, and then just spot up and shoot the ball when we need you to. That's all we need. I know his defense is not going to be as good as it once was, and, just his all-around game is not going to be what it once was, but that's not what we're looking for out of him right now. We're not looking for 2016 Klay, obviously. And then, of course, we picked up Johnny Furphy, who went down 2 overall. I'm not sure what happened. That could have been just circumstances, being in Toronto and not getting a lot of playing time. But that was our progression. Again, like I said, I will show all of the progression for the other GMs at the end of the video. So that now brings us to the NBA Summer League, and quite a few of you guys have asked me to actually go through the Summer League. I'm going to let the game fill out the Badgers roster automatically. Actually, I'm going to let it fill out all the rosters automatically just because it would take so much time. So as you can see here, yeah, we're going to go to fill out automatically for us. And because that's the best way. That's going to be the easiest way. And then we will simulate up to the tournament, and then hopefully, us or one of the GM teams will be in that tournament. Let's see what we get. So we have made it now to the tournament, as you can see, and by tournament, I meant one of the teams hopefully will make it to the tournament finals. But where are we at? Let's see, the Badgers. All right, we are 29th, my boys, which is kind of crazy. That means we didn't do very well in the Summer League so far, but we're going up against the Deceivers, and they beat us. They beat us. Okay, let's take a quick look, though, at the box score. Let's see, Dink Pate is actually on the Deceivers team, which he's not. But you got Ivisic, McCoy, Bailey, Outlaw, 15, 7, and 3. Only took 2 threes, but let's see. Koa Pete had a great game. Lincoln Cosby, Furphy. Yeah, that's a welcome sight. I don't know who some of these guys are, but obviously, yeah, Patton, I don't know. But we know, obviously, who Gaskins is. I know Samuel Gallego. But, yeah, anyway, that was our team. Led by Koa Pete, so it seems, and Cosby. Led by our big men, our front court, so to speak. But let's go ahead and sim through it again. And we got the Kings, the Cincinnati Kings, the New Orleans Pelicans, the Deceivers, the Bulls over on the left, and then the Tropics versus the Pacers, then the Pistons versus Orlando on the right. I just want to take a look real quick. DJ Kelly, 31 and 9, bro. That is crazy. Dylan Mitchell with 21. Jaden Springer on the team as well. Lawrence James with 12, 2 and 2. Man, Zay Bias even had a decent game, but DJ Kelly, that's the guy to watch right there. Let's see how Tampa does throughout that. Lawrence James had another great game here as well. DJ Kelly with 17, 3 and 3 in 22 minutes. So the draft picks working out so far for Tampa. Let's see how far they can take this. All right, we'll go ahead and simulate the round. And it looks like Tampa beats Indiana. Now they are going to be facing Orlando. Both teams 5 and 1. Let's take a look at the box score here. Kelly with 34, 3 and 3 with 2 steals and a block. He was 13 of 15 in that game, bro. Crazy. And then on the Pacers side, it was Lonnie Olson leading the way. Let's just see real quick what the Deceivers did. Dink Pate having a great summer league, man. 20 points in this one. Obviously, yeah, it's not going to actually show us summer league stats, which is kind of unfortunate. But McCoy and BJ Bailey also did well. Outlaw 9, 4 and 3. He had 5 turnovers, but he is a rookie. 1 of 6 from 3. He's in the NBA now, playing with the big boys. So, obviously, you got to take that into consideration. Let's simulate it now. See what we get here in these finals. It'd be really cool if it was the Deceivers versus the Tropics, but it's going to be the Tropics versus the Pelicans. Obviously, I'm going to simcast this one. Let's take a look. Lawrence James with 30. DJ Kelly with 17, and his Dylan Mitchell kid had 14, 7, and 2 in that one. Great game all the way around. Let's take a look at what the Deceivers did. BJ Bailey and Dink Pate leading the way again. Outlaw 13, 5, and 3. Man, not shooting very well, but again, he's just got to get his feet under him in the NBA. Obviously, it's a lot faster pace. There's gonna be longer games. It's gonna be more grueling on him. But look at this Pelicans team, man. That Pels team is crazy. Here we go. We're gonna simcast through this one and see what we get. If it's close at the end, obviously we'll jump in and watch it. We'll speed it up for now. Looks like the Pels are running away with it, but no. Hold on a second. The Tropics are making a comeback. Here we are in the fourth, boys. Oh, come on. Make it a game. Make it a game. Give us something interesting to watch here in the offseason. Oh, my God. A minute and a half, and it's a 3-point game. We're jumping in. We are jumping in. Straight up. Let's do it. Okay, got the camera angle all properly set up here. Let's see what we get. Malik Thomas driving in. Oh, and he's going to make that one to make it a 5-point game. Little layup. So, definitely an uphill battle. Mo Bailey is injured, and I don't see DJ Kelly on the court either, which leads me to believe maybe he's injured, because surely he'd be in the game right now, right? Like, he would have to be. Springer, beautiful pass to the big man down low. Don't know who that big man is. I think his last name's Hall or something like that, but what a pass, man. That was actually really, really great. Great work there on the offensive end. Good ball movement. This Pelicans team, man, they got a lot of young guys, good young players on the team, so no surprises that their summer league team would be OP. Ben Shepherd trying to spin his way inside. No go there. And Diakite actually with the rebound here, trying to push the pace. They got 40 seconds, and it's a 3-point game. They need something here. You need a bucket no matter what. Let's see who it is. Jaden Springer pulling up. Mid-range, he bangs it to make it a 1-point game. Pelicans take a timeout. Here we go, boys. It could get interesting here. You see Malik Thomas and Ben Shepherd talking it over. Oh, man, this would be very, very interesting if this thing went down to the wire. Here we go. They are in Badger territory here, man. We are all too familiar with these close games. Let's see what we got. Malik Thomas got the ball off the inbound, and they're going to hold on to it. They're going to hold it. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. I see, all right, he makes his move. He didn't pull up there. He's trying to waste a little bit more time. He's just had to pull up from the top of the key. Not going to go, but they give up the rebound. They're going to have to foul, and that is such a tough break for Tampa Bay, man. They had an opportunity to grab the ball, call timeout, and possibly win this game. But now you got Malik Thomas, of all people, at the line. The big man threw it out just like he's supposed to do, to one of his guards. So let's see what we get. And Thomas bangs them both. Bangs them both. So that is going to make it a 3-point game with 3.4 seconds to play. Either way it goes down, man, great run in the Summer League for the Tropics here. It's, definitely something to be proud of to start off as an expansion franchise. Would have been cool to win it, which they still could, but we'll have to see what they do in 3.4 seconds. Let's go. Alrighty. It is going to be this guy, Hill or Hall, to inbound it. Who's he going to be looking for? He finds Lawrence James in the corner. He's going to put it up, contested. Oh, my God. He hit it. He hit that in the corner over Mark Soto. Oh, my God. And, bro, Darren Peterson tries to throw one up from half court and almost hits it, but Lawrence James ties the game, and it's going to overtime in the tournament final, my boys. Wow, wow, wow. We have OT. We have OT, my boys. I guess we'll watch like the last couple of minutes. I'll let it play, but we'll only watch like the last couple of minutes. Hopefully it'll be a good one. Tie ball game with a minute and a half to play. And let me just tell you, man, this one has been a great game. I've actually been watching the entire overtime. James pulling up. He has been the hero, though, and a good offensive rebound there by the big man down low to give them the 2-point lead. Just over a minute to play here. Man, oh man, the fans are actually really into this one as well. Darren Peterson pushing inside. Tough layup, but it's not going to be there. Jaden Springer. Bro, that was actually a crazy save. He pushes it up to James. The step back three. Oh my God, that would have been a dagger, but Mark Soto is there for the rebound. Here we go. It's back and forth. Malik Thomas going to pull up and miss. And Dylan Mitchell with the rebound. Bro, this is back and forth right now. Jaden Springer now. Lawrence James again. Finds it. Oh, what a pass to what a pass to Bernard Gray. Timeout Pelicans. They got about 45 seconds on the clock, which is plenty of time, but they are down 4 right now, and Lawrence James, ice in his veins, my boys. He has been just playing amazing. Bang the 3 at the end of the 4th, end of regulation, to get it to this point. I understand it's just Summer League, but, bro, this is a big pick-me-up for some of these young guys, to get that under their belt, to know, like, hey, I can do this on this level. You know what I mean? So, yeah, very, very fun to watch this, man. Very fun. And I know PJ is going to be so proud of this team, especially if they were to pull this off and win this. Here we go. Malik Thomas. He's a sniper, and he bangs that one from the outside. Oh, wait. Foot on the line. It was a 2. It was a 2. Okay, foot on the line. I thought it was a 3. Still a 2-point game here. 35 seconds. Lawrence James, oh my goodness, he lost the ball. I don't know if he was trying to pass it or lay it up. Soto now pushing the break, and it's going to be Peterson laying it up and in to tie the game. They literally just scored 4 points in 18 seconds to tie this game up, my boys. Wow, bro, this has been an amazing game so far, and it's only Summer League. Bro, imagine what this season's going to be like. I am so hyped. I am so hyped for this season. Like, I almost, can't even contain myself right now because I want to just grab the controller and just play opening night Badgers, man. Oh my God, I can't wait to see who we're going to be playing game 1 as well. Here we go. This big man, Hall. I don't exactly know who he is, but he gets it into Bernard Gray. Here we go. Are they going to hang on to the ball? They are. They're going to waste the time. They're going to try to leave nothing left for the Pelicans. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. All comes down to this. Summer League. Bernard Gray didn't take the shot. He's going to find James. James is open. Bang! Bang! He hits it. 3-pointer. He hits it with 2.3 left. Look at it. The Derrick Rose, Dame Lillard face. Straight face, my boys. Lawrence James. Big boy move. Bangs the 3 from the wing to give him a 3-point lead with 2.3 to go. Oh, my goodness. That is going to be the final timeout for the Pelicans. Obviously, they're not going to need another one because if there is a second OT, they'll get, I believe, 1 or 2 more timeouts. Let's see what we got in the corner. I believe that's Peterson. He missed. That is going to be game. Oh, my goodness. Lawrence James, have yourself a Summer League tournament, my guy. What a good. That was Darren Peterson that took the shot, but he couldn't knock it down in the Tampa Bay Tropics expansion franchise. They are your Summer League champions, my boys. What a game. What a game. I don't even know if they give you a player of the game in Summer League, but obviously it has to be Lawrence James. It has to be. It wouldn't be anybody else. And I don't know. Yeah, DJ Kelly must not have been playing in this game. We'll take a look at the box score here. Peterson with 26, 7, and 4. 2 steals, 2 blocks. Malik Thomas, Nehemiah Hood, and Caleb Holt all having decent games. Ben Shepard. Yeah, decent game. Again, I don't know. Some of these guys aren't on the Pelicans, but they are, in fact, on the Summer League team. But look at that, bro. Player of the game right there. Lawrence James, 25 points, 4 assists. 9 of 29, took a ton of shots, but Dylan Mitchell, Zay Bias with 18, 2 and 1, 2 steals and 3 blocks. Mo Bailey, who's injured. Jaden Springer. Mac Kane, who I'm not familiar with. Diakite. Bernard Gray, 4, 12, and 8, 1 and 1, bro. Stuffing the stat sheet. Only taking 4 shots to get all that stuff on the box score. But as you can see here, this is their Summer League team. They are your champions for Summer League 2028-29, my boys. So I just wanted to take a quick look. Yeah, that was our team right there. Yeah, it doesn't give us Summer League stats, but I do want to take a quick look at the Tropics. DJ Kelly, right hand fracture. Of course, that says season because they're referring to the Summer League season, but that's tough. That could bleed over into October, depending on how bad it is. Hopefully not, but it could. It very well could. We'll have to see what happens here, but yeah, man, very, very tough break for the Tropics with their rookie, their top pick there, man. But I got faith in them. I think they'll be just fine. So there you have it, my boys. That is the recap of what ended up being a super exciting and super eventful 2028 offseason. Cannot wait to hit this button and advance into the next season because we have so many cool things coming up. We now have a total of 36 teams in this league, and out of those 36, 22 of them are led by actual GMs. So real GMs, subscribers like yourself, are leading these teams. That is something that we started doing about halfway through the cycle, maybe a little more than halfway through the cycle, and I am going to continue that for 2K25 as well, of course. But my boys, I cannot wait to be back for opening night for the Badgers. Of course, as I said, I'm going to be putting all of the rosters at the end of the video here. That way you guys can see what players are on what teams. And then that way you can also see who has progressed and, you know, what everyone's overalls are and all that. So, again, thank you boys so much for being here for this recap video. We will be back very, very soon with opening night. Thank you boys so much for being here for yet another one. Thank you so much to this entire community for all of the support throughout the playoffs and for all of the live streams and everything. And I will catch you boys in the next one.